Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. It is probably, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Just getting back from the boys' flag football games. It was a rough day today. Did not go well. But it's all right. We got a couple more games left for each team, and we'll see how things go. So Dad started combining for me a little while ago. I'll see if he wants me to take over the combine or if we should go spread fertilizer or whatever. Let's see where we're at here. So. Got the Miravis flag a-flying. Dad said he was good to run the combine for a while, so we're gonna let him. I'm gonna go spread some fertilizer, some lime. It's a little breezy for it, but we're gonna do it anyway. Dusty, dusty, dusty today. All right, well, let's go spread a little lime, get that job done, and get ready to spread some wheat fertilizer. Maybe we can get that job done too. That would be great. There's supposed to be some rain coming on Tuesday. We got another day here tomorrow to finish these beans up and get the fertilizer spread, and then we'll let it rain. We're gonna go spread our lime. It's a little breezy for it, but it'll be fine. We'll just do it. The neighbor across the road here, they're shelling their corn off today. I saw they were started on some corn. Well, they've been started on corn for a while. They were around the corner yesterday, so I figured they were coming here today. I don't know what the yield is or if it's any good, but they got two 12-row combines out there. And they're not running a grain cart. They do got two trucks. One's full. 3 trucks. That one was hiding from me. Here's our lime pile. We're gonna get spread out here with 2 spreader loads. 1.5 really. We got a little bit left in there from the last field. We brought our tractor down last night, so we're good to go here. There's lots of dust in the neighborhood. I passed, let's see, we're about 4 or 5 miles from the farm. I passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combines maybe. Yeah, there's a bunch. Although there's 3 of them in a big field right over there. That I brought the drone. I thought about throwing that up. I don't know if we're going to. They'd be cool to watch, but I don't really have permission to film other people's equipment, so I'm a little hesitant doing that. I got a pretty good load on there. I didn't go around the other side to dump some over there, so it's not super full, but I think we'll fit it all on pretty easily in the second load. I don't know. Whatever. We'll get it all spread out one way or the other. So I gotta pull my script up and see what needs spread in this field here exactly. Start. This is high cal lime. Oh, all right. Well, there's our zone. So we got to cover quite a bit of the field. It's all right. Let's go out and get that green zone first, I guess. What's our weight? 27,340. 27,340. That should be about half, maybe just a touch under half. Yeah, so we're definitely going to get the other side full. Oh well, it'll be fine. Looks like this ridge up here is this zone that needs it. We're just kind of coming up over it. This is the high zone that's getting 3,200 pounds to the acre. It's going to be a dusty mess. This stuff is very dry. Yeah, it definitely, the way that pattern goes, it just follows that ridge right there. That's our zone. We try and make our zones based on soil types, based on yield zones. Elevation plays a part in that. So they're not straight lines. We didn't do grids. We're just kind of doing what needs spread. Got our pile cleaned up. We'll finish spreading this out. I knew this one would go quick. If you look over here, you can see, so I already spread this, you can see how thick that is. Holy cow. Yeah, this must have been a higher rate zone too, but yeah, you can see how everything has just kind of got that white grayish tash dust to it. That's the lime we're spreading. The finer the lime is ground up, the more effective it is, or the quicker that it works. and it'll neutralize your pH faster. So you want a fine grind for it to work really well, but the finer it's ground and the drier it is, like now, the harder it is to get it to spread evenly. But it seems to be doing an okay job. So there's what we've got done, the yellow and the green. We've got that red and orange stuff to do yet. We should get most of it. We were going to be just a little bit short here, like a ton or two, so if we're a touch short, it's not the end of the world. Like I said yesterday, we weren't going to bring in another 25 tons to use 4 tons of it to finish this field, because then I would have a whole bunch left with nowhere to go with it. So, yeah, we'll do what we got to do here and get as much of it as we can. You'll notice from our maps and what we're doing here and the fact that we're not spreading very much lime that we don't put this on every acre, we don't put it on every field. We're only using what we need where we need it. And lime is not really a fertilizer, right? Like, it's not directly feeding the crop. What it's doing is correcting the pH so that the nutrients are more readily available to the plants next year in the future. But lime is kind of a long-term soil amendment. Like, this isn't something that you have to apply every year or even every 2 years. Once you get your pH right, it should stay there for a reasonable amount of time. You know, this may be something we apply once every 5 years or maybe 10 years or something like that. And so, I don't know, I've heard, I guess in different areas of the country, a lot of times the landlords will actually pay for the lime because it's considered an improvement to the farm and for a long-term investment into the ground, which is true, it is. But I could not imagine asking our landlords to pay for lime on rented farms. Now, this one we own, but it just, like, I don't know, that's not how it's done around here. We've always paid for lime, and it's reasonably cheap. Like, it isn't a super expensive thing, especially when you consider we're not putting it on a lot of acres. We're not using a lot of it. So the lime application and being able to correct soil pH is probably one of the things that has benefited from variable rate application technology the most. Before we had GPS, before we had zone or soil sampling based on GPS maps and zones and stuff, and had the ability to turn spreaders on and off, you would take a couple of soil samples for a field. You may try and manually do some zone testing like we used to do, but you would average them out for the whole field. And if there was enough places in the field that needed lime, you put 2 tons or a ton or whatever it was on the whole field. And so when we got to the point where we could just put it where we need it and variable rate it at that, where we only put as much on as we need or as little as we need, it's saved us a tremendous amount of money and made us much, much better at applying what we need, where we need it, when we need it, kind of thing. So it's been really good. This is a really cool technology to have. We've definitely got quite a dust cloud, but it's sort of hanging. It's not really windy and blowing away, so definitely not too windy to be out here doing this. It just, that dust cloud just kind of hangs there. And eventually it'll settle down and do what we need it to do. But there are some bigger particles and stuff you can kind of see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them hitting the ground, but I can see the bean stubble dancing when we're spreading, and the particles are hitting it, so that's good. Look at that wall of dust just floating. All right, well, we're down to, what do we got? 2 rounds left. Got 6,000 pounds in there yet. It's gonna be close to whether we get it. We're probably gonna be a little bit short, but that's okay. We do want the spreader empty though, because we're switching back to fertilizer, wheat fertilizer, when we're done here. So we gotta make sure we get it all out. On our last round here, there's still some in there. It's still coming out. I don't know if we've got a full belt up to the bottom of the gate though. But it is still going out. It doesn't look like anything's going to hang up in there, so that's good. That's what my cameras are for. Yeah, I definitely can see empty belt now, so we were a pass short. It's okay. We're going to take the spreader back to the farm. I don't know if I'll have a ride to come get my tractor to load up the loader tractor. But that's okay. We'll get stuff set up for the fertilizer. We got to put our divider back in that we've got down here. I don't know if we have any more lime to spread. I don't think so. I need to check in the fields at Berkey and see if there's any lime that needs to be spread down there, but I don't believe so. So we might be done with that, but we do still have quite a bit of gypsum left to spread, so that will have to happen yet. We'll be back to this setup. But right now the priority is wheat fertilizer, and then I got a little bit more MAP and potash to get spread once we get that done. And then we'll have to go to Berkey because we're going to spread some stuff down there once we get to combine in there. But we're doing good, keeping up with this. We'll head back. I'll take you by the big combine operation over here. I don't know if we'll be able to see the combines or not. They're probably too far from the road now. There's the big grain cart. It's a 2,500 bushel grain cart with a big 9RX. I don't know if that's their 830 or if they've gotten another one, but these guys have got a 9RX 830. There's a combine. There's an X9 with a 50-foot draper. There's another X9 with a 50-foot draper. That's a pretty sweet combine. And then somewhere up here, get past these houses, there's a Fendt with, I believe, a 62-foot draper. Fendt 10T. Oh, that head doesn't look that big. Maybe they're not using that one. They're a big operation. You can go back and over to Farmhand Mike's YouTube videos, and if you go back a little ways, you'll find some videos of that operation from last harvest and all that equipment. So, if you're interested, go check out Farmhand Mike's channel. We still got a mountain of potash, don't we? Not so much of this fertilizer over here, so we're gonna put our deflector back in here and then get this moved back where we want it. Ugh. Yep, we're gonna have to loosen that up, and then we gotta close our gate down back down to like 2 inches, so quite a ways. This is a much easier to do two-handed job. That should be pretty close. We'll make our fine-tune adjustments once we get some fertilizer in there and spread it and can get some scale weights and stuff. All the other settings are done from inside, so yeah, this is what we got left. Is it crusty? Oh yeah, got a nice crust on the outside from all the humidity and moisture. Well, it'll break apart when we load. Okay, should be enough there for roughly 115 acres, I think we got about to spread. I'm gonna go back down to the bean field where Dad's combining, see if he wants me to take over for him now. Well, I got pulled up and the side shield's open. I wonder if he plugged up the tailings elevator or something. There are a few green ones out there. It's possible. We'll walk out and see if he needs help. Looks like they got it going. They're still dusty, aren't they? Yep. Still real dusty. Climb in there before that dust cloud gets to me. Back in my my combine pilot seat here, so get my settings and my seat adjusted back where I like it. We're losing daylight, but we got about 15 acres to finish this field. See if we can get it done. They're decent beans here. Dad says there's some green ones down here that you might have to go around. I'll see about that. Definitely a little greener here, but our moisture average is 10.8 for the field. We could use a few green ones. We'll see how we do. I don't want to plug the combine up too bad, but usually if you slow down, give them time to work through, maybe open the sieve up a little bit so there's not so much going into your tailings, you can do just fine with them. Oh, there it jumped to 15. I was going to say the moisture was at 13 for a long time. They're a little wet, but by the time you average them out, they're fine. We're watching our tailings monitor. If that starts getting full, then we slow down or stop or get out of them or whatever, but they're still running through fine. Now the moisture's coming down, 13.8. We'll get these. It just goes a little slow. Get them before it gets tough. It looks like there's a variety change over there, about 3 or 4 more passes. And those farther ones are farther, they're a little more mature, so. see much here. These ones are dusty. They're dry here. 9-1. Ouch. There's a sand ridge that runs across here. You can see it on the map. Right there. And we drop down. The river bottom ground in the back is really good. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Is that gonna feed? That went. Good deal. Got a variety change right there. I skipped over a couple passes. We're gonna get in part of it here on this one. So I think they look a little drier. I hope the head's still there. Jeez, oh Pete's. Can't see anything. Phil made it back with the truck. He's in the cart there. It is completely dark now, basically. Dusty, can't see anything, but we have 4 acres left. So we're gonna try real hard to get these 4 acres done. I think we'll get it. It's just gonna be a little slow going, especially this river bottom ground that we're in now. That's just tall, lanky beans that got leaves on them. They're dry. They're dry, but they're hard to thresh and hard to run. So it's slow going. It's all right. All good. Gonna set us up for a good, easy day tomorrow. On our last pass here, there's a little sliver left, but yeah. Problem right now I'm having a couple of times, it starts pushing right there in the middle and I can't see it at all, and so then it starts pushing and building up until it sort of stops Draper Bill from, in fact, it's doing it right now. Yeah, I had a big old pile there and I kind of raked it in. Wonder if we got a broken guard or something. Sometimes when you get a broken guard and it gets damp at night, it's starting to get tough, it can drag up the trash and stubble and push it, and then things don't feed in very good. But we're about done here, so we'll check the head out in the morning before we get started and see if there's anything we need to fix. Dad said he replaced a couple knife sections, so yeah. Got him. Cool. All right, so that leaves us with there's 15 acres in a little triangle field over here. Now you can show you on this map. So we've got this triangle field. There's 15 acres there, but there's maybe 10 acres, maybe, that didn't get flooded out in the spring. So we're gonna call it 10 there, and then this field on the other side of the river, there's 78 acres there. But again, there's some of it that's drowned out, and there may be some in there that is a little green, and we're gonna leave it. Because our double crop beans are over here and we can get from one to the other pretty easily. When we come back to do the double crop beans, we'll just do anything that's too green to harvest tomorrow. We won't have to drop the head or anything and move around. So cool, what a deal. Made 60, 61, we'll take that over here. Those are good beans. I'm gonna shut this down, leave it in the field here tonight. We'll close up the covers, grain tank, and I'll ride back with Phil in the truck. All right, guys, I guess that's it for today. I don't know how long this video is. Probably enough to post it. So thanks for watching. We'll be back up here tomorrow. Gonna finish the wheat fertilizer, and we are gonna finish the soybeans at Waldron, minus the double crops and anything that's too green to combine. But we're gonna do that hopefully before it rains. Hopefully it does rain on Tuesday, and yeah, then we can move to Berkey. Dad said the beans down there are ready to go, so we got to get there. But have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.